evening and welcome to this edition of News Leader on 6. I'm Jim Fuller.
And I'm Jenny English. In tonight's news, we'll tell you about the new Tennessee program, Safe at Home. Volunteers are needed to help clean up historic Deckard Cemetery this weekend. The U.S. Census Bureau is looking for workers to help with the 2020 census, and the Tullahoma Horseplay Organization is getting ready for their 2019 fundraising programs. We'll have these stories and more on tonight's News Leader on 6.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma. 2018 Kia Stinger up to $10,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Kia in Tullahoma, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
When your family suffers the loss of a loved one, the caring and compassionate staff at Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel are standing by to assist you in every way possible. We are proud to support local industry and offer only Batesville caskets. Many funeral homes don't own or operate a crematory. We utilize the only crematory in Coffee County. Your loved one never leaves Coffee County. We can accommodate any need and any budget. Consider our complete pre-need service to remove this burden from your family during their time of grief. Lock in today's low costs and protect from inflation. Tullahoma Funeral Home and Coffee County Funeral Chapel. Our family caring for your family.
Can you imagine a world without beauty, without color, without creativity, without art? Well, neither can we. Keep arts alive and experience all kinds of arts and crafts at the second annual Arts Alive Tullahoma on the newly renovated lawn of the South Jackson Civic Center, May 25th and 26th. For details, visit TullahomaArtsCouncil.com and come spend the day at our fun, family-friendly arts festival.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. Check out the 2019 Chevrolet Impala up to 19% off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC on the bypass in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. The new Tennessee Safe at Home Address Confidentiality Program kicked off on March 1st. The program aims to protect Tennessee victims of domestic violence, rape, human trafficking, stalking, and other related crimes from their abusers by keeping their address concealed from public records. According to the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, 18 of the 84 domestic violence-related murder victims in Tennessee in 2017 were repeat victims or had reported domestic abuse prior to their deaths. Under current Tennessee law, most state or local government records are considered public and available for public review. These public records include identifying documents like voter registration and other documents and information, making it easy for abusers to track and find their victims.
Legislation passed in 2018 created the Safe at Home program and allows for participants of the program to be concealed from public records in order to shield survivors and victims from the ongoing threat of domestic violence. Participants in the program will be provided a government-managed substitute address to be used as their official mailing address on all government documents. The address may be used for both victims and their children. Safe at Home forwards the mail received to program participants and keeps their personal address confidential. Once enrolled, the participant can provide the substitute address to all government entities in Tennessee with very limited exceptions. Participants may also request that other non-governmental entities such as schools, employers, and other private businesses use this address as well.
Tullahoma Community Coordinator Winston Brooks stopped by our studios recently to talk about the city's Earth Day event coming up next month.
And we've got great news for us because here in Tullahoma we've got a great opportunity to see some of those Nashville musicians perform at an event coming up for Earth Day. Mm-hmm. So I know many of the folks in Tullahoma are great stewards of our earth, and we have set out to celebrate Earth Day. Our Alderman Robin Dunn is our Earth Day, our green champion. So she's been working to orchestrate this event. It's going to be April 27th. And it's going to be a big festival down at Fraser McEwen Park, starting around 1 o'clock, going to about 8 o'clock, family friendly. But we have a stage there, and we have a Nashville musician named Lee Gibson.
I think I remember him. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he does a great job, and he's going to bring some of his friends, and they're going to do what's called a night at Nashville. So they're going to be doing a lot of the great hits that came out of Nashville. And maybe we'll put a little sight reading challenge in there for them. That'd be good.
That won't be a challenge for
Well,
them. They can do it.
And we're looking for sponsors and vendors and maybe even an MC come down and MC for us.
Yeah.
That'd be
And
good.
so you could do that yourself if you wanted to.
Well,
of
I could do
course.
that myself, but I wouldn't draw the crowd that you would.
Yeah.
People would come out. So no, but it's a great day to come out, and there'll be a lot of fun activities. There's going to be food. There's going to be Cherokee Distributing will be down there with some great beers. They're going to have Old Shed, so it's always a fun time to go to the concert in the park, have some of our finest crafts brew, and listen to some great music, and then also learn about all the different ways that you can help our planet. You may not know some of the companies that we have in the community, but I think CFC will be there talking about recycling. We'll have the ISWA there talking about what they do to serve the community, and some other vendors will be there as well. Just like the folks from the Short Springs Natural Area will be there, and a whole host. So you can get that information on our website. And we're also looking for additional vendors. If you have a product or service that helps sustain our earth and use our resources, contact me or Robin Dunn. We're down at City Hall, and that number is 455-2648. One of the neat exhibits that'll be there is the Mayor's Youth Council is working on this exhibit. Now let me ask you, do you recycle?
Yes, I do.
Very good, excellent.
I could do a better job of it, but I do.
Right. That's good. Well, it's a very important, and Tullahoma makes it so easy for people to recycle. Just put your recycles out on the curb same day your garbage comes. And
the way I do it is you don't have to do anything special with it. You just put it in a bag and
that's all you got to do.
Beside your garbage can.
And just separate the material.
Yeah, right.
So the Mayor's Youth Council is going to have an exhibit that shows how much trash you have if you don't recycle versus how much trash you have if you do recycle.
Right.
And it's an impressive number. Anyway, this is April 27th, so come on out and enjoy.
Stay with us. There's more news right after this.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. Check out the 2018 Ford Taurus, yours today for $24,995. That's Russell Barnett Ford on 41A in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
You made the time and the sacrifice to broaden their horizons, to see their smiles, but mostly to make lifelong memories. We think it's time to do it again, just the two of you. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC in Winchester. Check out the 2019 Chevrolet Equinox up to 21% off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Chevrolet GMC on the bypass in Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. A Deckard Cemetery, which dates back to the early 1800s, is getting a facelift. I spoke with Curtis Heiss, who is heading up the project. Pleased to have joining us on the set now, Curtis Heiss, who has done something extremely interesting. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Sure. So I'm organizing, and it's an ongoing project. We're cleaning up the Deckard family cemetery. It's located in Winchester, Tennessee. The Deckard family are very significant to the Franklin County history. They came here in the 1830s from Virginia, and so Franklin County was just established in 1807, so Franklin County was still very young. Mm-hmm. They were among some of the very earliest settlers here, and they had a plantation down there, and then of course the city of Deckard is named for one of the sons, Peter Deckard. He kind of facilitated the railroad coming through that area, the Nashville-Chattanooga Railroad. Mm-hmm. They put a depot there on his plantation, and so that sprang up to what is now the city of Deckard. And so Peter Deckard actually left this area in the 1850s to move out west, and that's where he died. But his family remained here in this area, his parents, his siblings, and some of their children, and they're buried in that cemetery there in Winchester. And it's been neglected and grown up. It looks really like you're in the middle of the woods. This cemetery is located in a subdivision with a lot of houses, but it's just about a quarter-acre lot that's just overgrown with woods and vegetation. So my brother-in-law and his wife had recently bought a house there in that subdivision. They discovered there were these old headstones there from the 1800s, and they told me, and I'm a big history nerd, and so I took an interest in it and started researching and found out who was buried there, and I teamed up with the Deckard Historical and Preservation Society, and we decided, well, hey, let's clean this thing up and make it accessible for the public to come and walk among these headstones and read them and learn about these people and their local history.
So you, in the process of going through all this, you've actually done research on the individual headstones, and obviously, and found out something about the people.
Right. Yeah. And Michael Gillespie is one of the guys I've been working with. He's one of the co-founders of the Deckard Historical and Preservation Society. He's probably got a lot more knowledge on it than I do myself. I just have a background in history. I got my bachelor's degree in history from MTSU, and when I saw this project, I just started digging into it, and he really had a lot more knowledge in the Deckard family itself and the history of Deckard. So he and I have worked closely together on this project, and he's been kind of filling me in on some of the missing pieces that I had on what little bit of research that I did on it.
When I first saw the video on Facebook, I think it was, it appeared to be in major disarray, so it's been neglected for an awful long time.
Very long time, yeah. I want to say that subdivision has been there about 20 years or so. And whoever had developed the subdivision did put a fence around it, so they did take enough care to do that. But then as far as inside that fence, it was just left to grow up. And it's so thick in there that you can't really even walk through it in some places without ducking and weaving through all the vines and briars and everything. So we're trying to remedy all of that.
How many people are buried there, do you?
We so far have counted about maybe 13 headstones.
Right.
Yeah, and some of them are very young children, only about a year or two old. Of course, back in that day, that was pretty common. We did have one cleanup event back in January on the 12th, and we got a lot done on that day. And we have another one coming up March the 16th. That's our next big one. We hope the weather cooperates with us. We did get a lot done on January the 12th, but there's still a lot left to do. We're kind of doing it in phases. What we want to do, as you can see there from the pictures, it was very overgrown. That's before we started, of course. We got about half of it cleared up as far as the small underbrush on January the 12th, and we hope to get the other half cleaned up on. There's how thick it is. You can see, you can barely walk through it. But on March the 16th, we hope to get the rest of that cleared up, and then we'll have to assess whether or not we want to take down some of the larger trees that are in there. There are some very tall, mature trees inside there. We may have to take some of those down. There's one of the headstones there.
And you mentioned the headstones are kind of a little bit
some of them are broken,
deteriorating.
Yes, sir. There's the day that we back in January 12th, all the crews.
So you had a pretty good turnout.
We did. We had a great turnout. Yeah, and we got a lot done. But no, the MTSU Center for Historic Preservation has been really instrumental in giving us a lot of advice on do's and don'ts. And once we get everything cleared out, then we'll start taking a closer look at the headstones and what we can do to preserve them, or whether we should or not. It may be best just to leave them as they are, but if there is some way that we can clean them up and preserve them without damaging them, then we do want to do that. My vision for the cemetery is that one day it'll be cleaned up to a state where people can go in and walk among the headstones and read them and reconnect with their local history. Maybe teachers can take their students there, teach them about some of the local history from Franklin County.
Somebody wanted to help you with this, either through financial donations or manpower. How do they reach you?
Well, so there is a phone number that is set up. It's 931-389-1890. That's for information just on this cemetery cleanup. There's also the Deckard Historical and Preservation Society Facebook page. You can contact us there for information or donations toward the cemetery. If you know me, Curtis Heiss, you can find me on Facebook and reach out to me directly if you'd like. That's fine. Or Michael Gillespie. He's also the other member of the Deckard Historical and Preservation Society that's been helping me out with this tremendously.
We'll be back with more news in just a moment.
It's not invoice. It's not MSRP. It's not Christmas Day, although it may feel like it. It's the lowest prices in Middle Tennessee, period. Get to Stan McNabb Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram or Stan McNabb Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac before these prices are gone forever.
All right, the cat's out of the bag at Carroll Street Liquor in Tullahoma. Now you know where to go if you're planning a get-together and want the ideal wine or spirit. Party planning can be stressful, but at Carroll Street Liquor you'll find everything you need. Mixers, gift sets, and all of your favorite spirit brands. So if you're feeling the pressure to pull off the ideal party, come to Carroll Street Liquor and select among the seemingly endless supply of wines, spirits, gift sets, and more. Your perfect party, it's in the bag with Carroll Street Liquors.
Here at Manchester Funeral Home, we know the importance of living and working in our local community because it's those families who we serve during their time of need honorably. We believe in supporting local business and offer only 100% Batesville caskets, the best in the industry and a driver of our local economy. If you want straightforward and fair pricing while working with the people you know, choose Manchester Funeral Home, serving your community since 1932. And pre-planning and pre-funding can be the best gift you ever leave your loved ones. Call us to pre-arrange. Manchester Funeral Home. Our family, caring for your family since 1932.
Welcome back. Government workers are getting ready for the 2020 census, and they could use your help. John Gray brings us this story.
Sylvia Penson's here, and she is a newly elected county commissioner.
I am, Bedford County.
In Bedford County.
Yeah, I raised my hand September 1st.
I'll introduce this young man that's here with
Chris
you.
Conklin, and I'm just going to tell him, introduce, and he's from the Big Pie, Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm actually a local guy. I work for out of the Philadelphia regional office for the U.S. Census Bureau. So we are here. I'm a partnership specialist in Middle Tennessee. My job is to partner with people like Sylvia in different communities to bring awareness to the census, how important it is to complete, and just the benefits of what the census brings to community. This year, our 2020, is the first time that the census is going to be offering an online response option. So we've heard that request in the past. We've looked into it, and we're going to roll that out in 2020. So people will be able to self-respond for their census questionnaire online. They can use their smartphone, tablet, whatever device they choose, so they will have that option. We will also continue to have the option for the actual questionnaire, hard questionnaire, to be mailed in, and the telephonic option as well. So we are opening up that online option. We're very pleased with some of the testing we've seen. We believe that will be extremely valuable in making sure that we increase and maximize our responses across the country.
Because that does the number. One person missed equals some dollars.
It does, yes. Yes, there are studies out there that range state to state what the impact of one person could be on the census, roughly ranging between $500 up to $2,000. Tennessee's a median state, according to a study done by George Washington University. In the state of Tennessee, it's around $1,091 per person.
Per year.
Per year.
A year?
Yes.
Per year.
And that is not a census study. That is a study done through George Washington University. But I'll tell you what we really are here to talk about today, not only the census, we're obviously going to need manpower to be able to complete this mission.
Okay.
We're going to need that here in Coffee County. We're going to need that in Shelbyville and Bedford County. We're looking at almost 500,000 people across the country that we're going to be hiring in the next year to complete the census. We want the talent from communities to come on our team, help us make sure that we maximize the count. We maximize the opportunities that we just spoke about. So that's our main goal right now. We have a number of missions that will be coming up, such as address canvassing over the next 6 to 8 months. We're going to need people from communities to help us do that. And we want the talent from Coffee County, from Bedford County, and the number of counties that we have that we're obviously serving all 90 plus counties in Tennessee. So we want to use the community and have people from that come out and be the neighbors and help us take the census.
Now for someone that's just sort of hanging around, is that employment rate a parable employment rate? I mean, is it
Yes.
In other words, you're not paying somebody saying, "Hey, I need for you to do this, but I'm only going to give you half of what you can do something else."
No.
I mean, that's a question people are going to ask. Hey, how much am I going to get paid to do
Right.
this?
No, that's a very good question, and I'll tell you what we're doing in the census. We're very proud that we offer living wages.
Okay.
And that's what our goal is to provide a living wage to people who are employed by the census. In Shelbyville, in this area, we are looking at about $14 an hour, starting out for a census taker or a numerator, as we call them, and an address canvasser. That can go. We also have wages up to $20 an hour, based on the responsibility or the role that you're in. Yeah, what we're doing is we're hiring people.
We're hiring
so
people.
If you
we need them get a job.
Yes.
With us.
Website is 2020census.gov/jobs. Everything is done online. Go on and complete your application. We'd love to have you on the team.
Very good. Very good.
We'll be right back in a moment with more news later.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Winchester. Check out the 2018 Ford Expedition, up to $11,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Ford on 41 and Winchester, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. And remember, my question is, why buy anywhere else?
Ah, the glory days. Running to daylight on the gridiron and chasing a ball with a mind of its own. Cheering the team to victory and marching to the beat of your own drum. Memories that last a lifetime. But sometimes we're reminded of our glory days in ways we'd rather forget. Get back in the game. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live and play well.
Welcome back. Volunteers with the Tullahoma Area Horseplay Program are planning their fundraisers set for April and May. Peggy Burton spoke with 3 of the volunteers about this year's program.
We're here just to horse around today, and I have some really cool people with me. Katie Alderman.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
What is your position with the horseplay?
I'm an instructor at horseplay. Yes, ma'am.
You want to introduce everybody else?
Sure.
Everybody knows Patsy Freeman, I think.
Patsy Freeman, who is on our board, and Loretta Christensen, who is our secretary on our board.
And you guys are really working hard to keep...
We are.
To upgrade, update, and tell me what you want to tell me.
We are so excited. This year we have an opportunity to grow, which we're always working towards. So we're a nonprofit organization that offers therapeutic horseback riding opportunities for children.
You have an age limit.
With disabilities, we do. We offer our services from ages 4 to 18. And they do have to meet some criteria for that. But that's what we offer at this time. And last year we were able to offer positions for 42 riders at our program. And this year, with the addition of a second instructor, we're actually going to have 55 spots open.
That is fabulous.
For riders. So we're very excited.
55 is a large number.
It is.
When do they sign up?
So how that works is if you have a rider that would be interested in participating, the best thing to do is to email us. You can find our email address on our website.
Which is, can you all pick this up in the back?
It's www.horseplayinc, all one word, .org. And that website has all of our contact information, and email is the best way to get in touch with us. And so we are going to start our lessons the first week of April, and we ride from April through November in 8-week blocks.
In 8-week blocks. And do you want to tell what that costs?
So it's free to all of our families.
Isn't that wonderful?
And riders.
I knew it was, but I just wanted to hear the word.
Yes,
I just love that.
It is. So that's largely due to tremendous donor support and our volunteers. So we have wonderful donors, wonderful sponsors that help care for our horses and provide us with some significant financial opportunities.
That's wonderful. And I know you're having a fundraiser coming up.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
we do. We have the luncheon.
I just wanted to add the community. We've just had wonderful
support. I know you have. This community is a very giving community, and the program that you have, it benefits more than just those that come and ride.
It does.
Think of the caretakers.
It does.
Loretta, you want to speak on your event coming up to raise money?
Yes, ma'am.
Briefly.
We're having our annual luncheon in May on the 11th. That's on a Friday. And we will start selling tickets for the luncheon. And going out, getting sponsors and donations.
Is that still at First Methodist?
Yes, ma'am.
They're
It's
so
at First
gracious.
Methodist.
We need to thank First Methodist for
And
their gracious gift, and it's always a wonderful meal.
Thank you. And then in June, we're planning to have a barn dance, and we are going to have a silent auction with that, and we are looking for donations to put in the auction. So if anybody out there has a craft, like pottery, painting,
something they'd like to
quilting,
donate to be
anything that
auctioned
they
off.
want to donate to,
Or a trip to
Africa.
Somewhere
Why not?
sunny
Why
and
not?
warm.
Or a trip to
Jamaica.
Anywhere. But this is a wonderful organization to donate to, and I urge you to dig around with what you can bring up or buy a ticket. And if you can't make it to the luncheon, you can buy a ticket and pick it up and take it home with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's always, is it $10 or $12 or
$10. And I believe it's going to state that if you buy, if 10 tickets are for 12 tickets for $100.
So bring a table of friends.
Yes, please.
That's a smart idea.
Stay with us. Your weather forecast is coming up next.
Keith Barnett here at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma. From flatbeds to dump beds and anything in between, let our commercial truck department tell you all about it at Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55. And remember, why buy anywhere else?
We're losing it, Doctor.
Not on my shift. Quickly, brush. Roller.
What a transformation. It's got to be okay.
Okay, nothing.
At Paintworks of Tullahoma, we specialize in domestic emergencies with Martin Senior Paints. You can be the paint doctor too when you treat your home with Martin Senior interior and exterior finishes.
Doctor, we've got another one.
Got you covered.
Paintworks of Tullahoma. Come see the paint doctor, Stat.
At the time, maybe you were just building a bridge, a business, or a community. Maybe you were simply working for a home or a better tomorrow. At the time, you served out of duty and love of country. But in that time, we see a legacy created, an American dream lived. Don't let illness or injury slow you down. The rehab team at Life Care Center of Tullahoma is ready to help you live well.
Ford F-Series has been the #1 selling truck for over 40 years. Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma has a huge selection and up to $10,000 off original MSRP. That's Russell Barnett Ford of Tullahoma on Highway 55, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Why buy anywhere else?
Welcome back. We'll take a look at your weather forecast at this time, starting with your weather history on this day. Our record high was in 1967 at 80 degrees. The record low was in 1993 at 6 degrees. The average high on this day is 62 and the average low is 38. Storms are in your forecast for tonight with a low of around 45. Partly cloudy weather expected on Friday with a high of 52 and a low of 33. Partly cloudy weather again in the forecast for Saturday with a high of 52 and a low of 31. And that's our News Leader report for this evening. We invite you to join us each Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 6, 8, and 10 for News Leader on 6. You have a good evening.
Good night.